I'm delighted to welcome you to this graduation ceremony in the splendid surroundings of the Whitworth Hall. This is a very special day for you graduates. Whether you've completed a PhD, a master's, or a bachelor's degree, it's a day to be rightly proud of what you have achieved. It's also a special day for friends and family of the graduates. You're likely to have played a supporting role in the graduates' achievements, not least through emotional and financial support. And I want to thank you on behalf of the university. Graduation is also a special time for the university, for me and my colleagues. This time especially so for me, since I shared the joy that is syntactic theory with some of you in your second year. Yeah, I knew that would sound funny. Sorry. You all chose to do your studying at the University of Manchester. That was a good choice. It's a prestigious university which does well in national and international rankings and which is involved in national and international collaborations in research and in teaching. Our major research beacons include world-leading cancer research as well as research addressing global inequalities. In addition to ambitious goals in teaching and research, the University of Manchester also sets itself demanding targets when it comes to social responsibility. We have award-winning projects such as the School Governor Initiative, which has got over 500 staff and alumni involved as primary or secondary school governors. On your way here, you're quite likely to have come across some serious construction work resulting from our investment of £1 billion over 10 years in our campus master plan. If some of the building work got in your way, I do apologize. Please come back when it's all done and you will see a nicer, greener campus. However, what really makes us great is not brick and mortar, but our people, staff and students. During your time here, each one of you will in your own way have contributed to making us who we are. Not only our current students shape the university, our alumni are also important to us, and I hope you will continue to play a role in making us who we are, also as alumni of the university, by joining the group of about 350,000 students across the globe who keep in touch with us. With increasing frequency, people wonder what the university education is for. The answer is that it gives you too many things to mention, academically, socially, and personally. But I would still like to highlight one. If I and my colleagues have been doing our jobs well, and needless to say, I believe we have, then one of the things you will have gained is an understanding of the importance of questions. If I can speak from personal experience, when my children have come home after their first term at university, they've been full of, to my mind, disappointingly confident answers to all sorts of things. However, when returning at the end of the degree, the discussion over the dinner table has been much more focused on questions. Old questions, new questions, well-known questions, obscure questions, you know, the kind of thing. Admittedly, at some of these times, the questions uppermost on my mind have been things like, who's going to stack the dishwasher? Or, where's all the beer gone? But I've still been pleased to hear their openness to questions. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against answers, but I do think that being comfortable with questions that don't have an answer yet, or that have many answers, is an important skill for employment and for life in general. And the university is a really good place to acquire this skill. It's customary on occasions like these to tell you of the famous people connected to the university. The atom was first split here by Ernest Rutherford. Alan Turing developed the first programmable computer here, and Benedict Cumberbatch, who played Turing in the film about his life, was a student here. Our former students include Anna Ford, a broadcaster who was the first female newsreader on ITV, and Margaret Beckett, a Labour politician and the longest-serving female MP. It's quite possible that some years from now, when one of my successors presents degrees like I'm doing today, your name is included in the list of famous graduates. However, whether you reach fame or not, what I wish for you is that you find your niche in life, professionally and personally, a place where your knowledge and skills are valued and used, and where you have the right level of challenge to develop further as a professional and as a person, while at the same time feeling secure in your own abilities. I know that the degree you've completed at the University of Manchester will have prepared you well for this. However, I thought I would still take this opportunity to offer you 3 pieces of advice. Firstly, if things aren't looking perfect, if you haven't got the right job yet, or say if a general election didn't go quite the way you'd expected, have confidence that things will change for the better. Secondly, be aware of the fact that there is rarely a perfect time for decisions and choices, or if there is, we only know it afterwards. Therefore, my second piece of advice to you is to be open to opportunities at all times and to take your chances when they come along. The choices will not always work out perfectly, but then you reload and try again. The first president of the merged University of Manchester, Professor Alan Gilbert, frequently said, "There's nothing wrong with failing as long as you get it over with quickly." So my third piece of advice would then be, don't be afraid of failing, just learn to do it quickly. So to sum up, even when things don't look too good, good stuff will happen, and you should be ready to react to stuff without fear of failure. That's enough advice from me. All that remains for me now is to encourage you again to keep in touch with the universities, with me and my colleagues. I hope you're aware that our Alumni Association, our Careers Office, and our library will still offer you benefits now that you're not students but graduates of the University of Manchester. And I will now pass over to Professor Carl Posso to speak on behalf of the School of Arts, Languages and Cultures. Thank you very much.
Associate Vice President, colleagues, graduates, and your families and friends, as Deputy Head of School of Arts, Languages and Cultures, I'm delighted to congratulate those of you graduating today on your success in obtaining your degrees. Colleagues in the school are extremely proud of what you have achieved. They have worked closely with you for 3 or 4 years or more. Some of you graduating today have studied with us for your BA, MA, and PhD programs, meaning that you've shown loyalty to the university and the school for over 7 years. You've become very much part of our academic community. Many of you who are being awarded a PhD today have also been graduate teaching assistants, working alongside us, teaching our undergraduates, so that you are our valued colleagues as well as our inspiring students. We hope that you found your time here intellectually and academically stimulating, because whatever else studying for a degree gives you, the experience should have been one where you found yourself both challenged and excited. I am extremely grateful to my colleagues for having given you that experience. For many of you, I have no doubt it will have transformed your lives, though you may not be aware of it yet. I therefore ask you all to join me in thanking the teaching and support staff for all their efforts and dedication during your time with us. This ceremony is held in our magnificent Whitworth Hall, testimony to a remarkable tradition of philanthropy and social responsibility, which reminds us of the bold Victorian hopes and aspirations for our university. It also reminds us that the subjects you studied for your degrees have a long and distinguished record at this institution. The disciplines you are graduating in today boast a distinguished tradition at Manchester. The school has the oldest French department in the UK, and it was one of the first to teach Italian. Manchester boasts a proud history of teaching translation and interpreting studies, and we have recognition from the European Parliament for our strengths in this area. The Department of Linguistics was founded in 1963, when the Montfolic Chair was established, and we started admitting students to study that discipline in 1964. French, German, and Italian have been taught at Manchester for a long time. Together with the other languages taught in the Division of Language-Based Area Studies and in the University Language Centre, they combine to offer a very broad coverage of the languages and cultures of the world. I'm very pleased to say that today all these disciplines are known for their excellent teaching and research. These are not easy times, however. It is important to note, therefore, that Manchester has reaffirmed its commitment to continue to teach all of the 9 modern languages it currently teaches, because we are convinced that our society needs more, not fewer, opportunities for interaction and mutual understanding. A very difficult objective when communication is hampered by a lack of linguistic skills. One of the school's flagship programs, Multilingual Manchester, is proving invaluable in connecting the study of languages with the rich multilingual and multicultural texture of this polyglot and diverse city, not least thanks to LinguaSnap, the first teaching, research, and public engagement app to be developed in the humanities. Over the past 3 years, many of you, or at least many in your families, will have wondered whether a degree in a humanities subject was a wise investment, especially in the current economic climate. It was arguably the best decision you have made so far, both in personal and professional terms, and one that I am convinced you will not have cause to regret. As the philosopher Martha Nussbaum cogently argues, the study of arts and humanities subjects fosters the critical thinking necessary for independent action and intelligent resistance to authority, and enables the development of qualities such as imagination and empathy, which are the essential foundations of democracy. The humanities are not just a broad spectrum of fascinating and ever-growing texts, topics, and artifacts. They are also, and perhaps even more importantly, a form of knowledge, a set of epistemic protocols, a specific approach to all aspects of the human experience at the individual and social level, which is based on unquenchable curiosity, relentless exploration of facts, and sophisticated interpretation. In a world where the frontier of knowledge changes faster than at any other time in human history, this methodological foundation will be the most precious skill you have acquired here, and the one that will enable you to branch out in many different directions over the course of your life with full confidence in your abilities. This is also why, unsurprisingly, arts and humanities graduates are also much sought after in the labour market. This year, we hosted a lecture and seminar by Sir John Cunliffe, Deputy Governor of the Bank of England, and one of the most senior and respected economic policymakers now at the bank and previously at the Treasury. He talked about the invaluable grounding that his study as an undergraduate at Manchester gave him. He graduated with a BA in English Literature and a final year project on Oscar Wilde and the Bible. The ability to dissect a text or an argument, intellectual curiosity, a taste for the unexpected, the willingness to engage with multiple points of view, cultural traditions and aspirations, to mention but a few, are the defining features of an arts graduate and the reason why arts and humanities graduates are highly employable. Whether you have studied literature, languages, history, or other aspects of arts and humanities, what arguably unites you is an interest in what makes us human, the creation of identity, and what it is to be part of humanity. Many of the degree programs you have studied examine the most controversial and exciting topics of the time, such as issues of gender and sexuality, the relationship between the local and the global. They signal the university's commitment to exploring the grand challenges of the day and they ensure that you will be ready to engage with fellow human beings in a responsible, aware, and intellectually astute manner. We believe deeply in the educational mission of the university, and I am therefore pleased to confirm that the school will again offer this year a £3,000 bursary to any student graduating from the university with a first-class degree who registers on one of our MA programs. Graduation is, of course, also a moment to celebrate distinguished achievement. Students this year have produced some outstanding work, and I am pleased to announce the following prizes. The G.L. Brooke Prize goes to Michael Cameron and Nan Zhao. The W.J. Rees Memorial Prize goes to Thomas McGinn. The Instituto Cervantes Premio Hispanidad Prize goes to Samuel Wells. The Philip Alexander Prize for the highest grade in a Jewish Studies-related module goes to Samantha Calvert. The Wadsworth Prizes for Best Overall Performance and Best Dissertation go to Harriet Clarkson. The Blakely Prize for Best Translation from French to English and the Bogdanov Prize for Best Performance in French Language go to Scott Goodfellow. The Samuel Robinson Prize goes to Eleanor Peacock. The Dante Alighieri Society Prize for the Best Performance in Italian Language goes to Charlotte Olton and Oana Gelazzi. The Dean's Award for Academic Achievement goes to Anna Russ, Holly Cruddas, Lauren Elwin, William Norton, Iwei Zhang, Nan Zhao, Marilena Onisoforu, and Scott Godfellow. And finally, the Faculty of Humanities Outstanding Achievement Award goes to Thomas McGinn. On a more practical note, the school's web and social media officer has asked me to remind you that the school is running a graduation selfie competition. So please tweet us your selfie if you want to take part. I should add, however, that selfies should not be taken during the ceremony. After this ceremony, I invite you all to join colleagues for a reception in the graduation marquee. As you receive your diploma, you enter a new phase of your relationship with the University of Manchester. We very much hope that you will continue to be an active part of the extended community of alumni and supporters, to nurture an interest in the life of the university and the students who follow in your steps, to take pride in the collective achievements of this great and noble institution. The loyalty, support, and goodwill of our students is the foundation of our future. Please keep in touch with us and visit us when you are back in Manchester. We wish you the very best of luck for the future and look forward to hearing how you are doing. Thank you.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Stephen Butler. Cheryl Holden. And also being awarded the President's Doctoral Scholar Award, Rebecca Johnson. And also being awarded the President's Doctoral Scholar Award, Henry Jones. Laura Pinacchietti. Neil Sadler. And for the degree of Master of Arts in Linguistics, Samar Mohammad Ahmed. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English Language with Honors, Daniel Arrowsmith. Elizabeth Bannister. Jessica Louise Bartos. Tara Marie Binion. Ashley Blakey. Kelsey Marie Bridge. Lucy Campbell. Scarlett Cecilia Chester Roberts. Beth Clark. Hannah Bridget Clinton. Stephanie Marie Connor. Holly Curtis. Elise Gallagher. Shannon Sarah Gallagher. Adam Gadouche. Jessica Hallett. Benjamin George Harlow. Jocelyn Eliska Carolyn Hordern. Dennis Kai Di Huang. Catherine Hudson. Molly Hannah Jocelyn. Laura Joyce. Yu Xiao Liu. Thomas Mills. William Norton. Daniel John Oakey. Amy Dorothy Portwood. Li Ching Chu. Rebecca Holly Scott. Natalie Elizabeth Selby. Grace Shelley, sorry. Paige Ann Szytkowski. Megan Laura Perry Thomas. Emily Twitcher. Georgia Welch. And in English Language and Screen Studies with honors, Kieran Adam Donnelly. Paloma Paratha Brown. And in English Literature and Linguistics with honors, Hannah Rachel Foy. Alberto Moron Hernandez. And in Linguistics with honors, Bethany Carson. Mia Davis. Lucy Elizabeth Demen. Rebecca Louise Gell. Lydia Grantham. Zoe Gunter. Holly Elizabeth Hark. Yuan Y. Sonia Hui. Xiaoge Liu. Eleanor Mills. Marilena Onesforu. James Riley. Rebecca Scott. Kieran Oren Seeley John. Jennifer Claire Thompson. Charlotte Webb. And in Linguistics and Screen Studies with honors, Rujing Guo. Cosmina Georgiana Murario. Eleanor Marie Murphy. Yi Yang Shao. And in Linguistics and Sociology with honors, George Askham. Wenling Ding. Carolyn Farrar. Shan Lee. Yue Bai Li. Jiaqing Lin. Christiana Pongoru. William Rhodes. Yiwei Zhang. Nan Zhao. Wei Yi Zhu.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Master of Arts in Languages and Cultures, Catherine Lee Goodson Walker. Eman Rajab J. Elfmani. Claire Anne Paulette Riley. Han Shu. And for the degree of Master of Modern Languages and the Integrated Professional Master in Languages, French and German with honours, Eleanor Peacock. Jessica Jane Telford. And in French and Spanish with honours, Alexandra Gesitska. Lee Grimshaw. Carolina Taborek. And in German and Chinese with honours, Catherine David. And in German and Italian with honours, Anna Elizabeth Bates. And in German and Spanish with honours, Joel Cox. And in Italian and Spanish with honours, Alicia Festa. David Jan Kaczynski. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in French and Linguistics, with honours, Kenneth Sharon Essie Brown. Michael Cameron. Sadie Maher. Sophie Schief. And in Cultures and Societies and Business and Management with honours, Stephanie Louise Allen. Jack Jobling. And in English Language and French with honours, Charlotte Emma Campbell. Bethan Naomi Sophia Jones. Sonia Mills. And in English Language and German with honours, Liam Robert Brettag. And in English Literature and a Modern Language, French with honours, Daniel Austin. Lauren Rebecca Elwin. Stevie Greaves. Tamara Ishida. Francesca Lawson. Elizabeth Jessica Payne. Emma Shanks. Gemma Beth Sowerby. And in English Literature and a Modern Language, German, with honours, Anna Helena Russ. And in English Literature and the Modern Language Italian, with honours, Miranda Budd. Sarah Ann Williams. And in Politics and German, with honours, Esme Eleanor Hall. Natalia Kanitskova. And in French and German, with honours, Connor Bartlam. Scott Goodfellow. Charlotte Mason. And in French and Italian, with honours, Charlotte Alton. Jed Andrew Lee. Charlie Jack Marsh. David Russo. Alexandra Saunders. Leon Selby. And in French and Russian, with honours, Jessica Gilbert. And in French and Screen Studies, with honours, Georgia Armitage. And in French and Spanish, with honours, Peter David Aberdeen. Rebecca Allen. Claire Marie Ullman. Catherine Rose Anson. Katie Bell. Rory Alexander David Compton Wellstead. Harriet Keturah Fox. Emma Lucia Gomez. Isabel Hands. Grace Julia Hermione Harbage. Samantha Grace Johnston. Grace Elizabeth McAleer Ryder. Charlotte Olivia Moulding. Freya Paolucci Coldrick. Lauren May Rosemary Peasy. Emma Jane Proctor. Jessica Sykes. Catherine Jane Thomas. Bethan Turner Harrod. George Wake Walker. Katie Lauren Wright. Alex Yo. And in French Studies with honours, Alex Kimberly Beveridge. Eleanor Griffiths. And in German and Italian with honours, Eleanor Susan Green. Jasmine Burns McCool. And in German and Portuguese with honours, Stuart Dunlop. Fiona Miles Hook. And in German and Spanish with honours, Niels Christoffersen. Georgia Dolan. Edita Carolina Kuzma. Thomas Michael George McGinn. Paige Rhiannon Roberts. Marina Zieber. Holly Smith. Jordan Asa Struhl. Eleanor Winstanley. And in German Studies with honours, Samantha Amy Sarah Calvert. Daniel Green. Charlotte Hall. Lewis Hudson. James Jackson. Emily Sharrett. Amy Wallhouse. And in History of Art and a Modern Language French with honours, Alison Louise Yar. And in History of Art and a Modern Language Italian with honours, Georgia Carr. Ehizena Olokpa. And in Italian and Russian with honours, Dina Witter. And in Italian and Spanish with honours, Lauren Kahn Roberts. Alejandro Marcus Cox. Alice Rose Danaher. Victoria Di Gioacchino. Juana Angelica Gelase. Oscar Gibson. Gabriela Goszynska. Lucy McKenna. Aismui Kurashi Rewaj. Samuel James Wells. Rachel Whitaker. And in Italian Studies with Honours, Vanessa Bello Betancourt. Honor de Winton. Chloe Doherty. And in Modern Language and Business Management French with honours, Midi Clinchy. Manon Cros. Megan Victoria Firth. Marcus Gerald Griffin. Stephanie Jane Hatt. Su Yu Hung. David Moliro. Ioana Irina Negrila. Anastasia Nika Starkina. Rachel Tate. Aneta Tsurkova. And in Modern Language and Business Management German with honours, Jake Carter. Miles Richard Mersch. Zoe Sutcliffe. And in Modern Language and Business Management Italian with honours, Nadia Daniela Howden. James Robertson.
You know, I'd like to think I could still do a degree if I put my mind to it. Of walking up and down the stairs on some of those shoes. No, I couldn't do that. So, compliments to you all for doing that. If I can now ask all the graduates to stand up, please, and put your hats on. And then before I let you all out of here into the fresh air, let's congratulate them one final time. And then I declare the ceremony closed.
Thank you.